Good evening, everyone. I've been furiously dry brushing while waiting for the stream to start. If we're live, go ahead and say something so I know that the camera is going through. He rolls dice. War got to. Oh, good lord. Hi, everybody. All right, tonight we are going to be working on. Oop, get the camera in the right spot. Some war demons. Well, mostly this guy. And we're going to be doing a. If you can't tell, we're going to be doing like an internal fire look for him. So we've done yellow primer. There's an orange dry brush in there. There's some white oils because I start to lose my mind on this. I'm in the weeds on this one. So we're going to all throw it together. We're going to do a black dry brush over this to get the final char layer. And then we're going to go through and start detailing some of his equipment, like the armor, the skulls are all going to be black, the weapons and stuff. I got a bronze that I'm going to use for that, which I haven't picked out yet. It's over there somewhere. That's a wash. Oh, and I also picked up this week both of the John Blanche series Army Painter paints. So that's all of them right there. And move the light so we can see what we're doing. All right. So now we're going to get our dry brush, which is just my big old makeup brush. And you can tell I've been dry brushing the crap out of the rest of the army for this. All right. We're just going to dig in. So how's everybody doing tonight? How's your week going? Consider doing a gunmetal dry brush over the. Oh no, it's gonna be brass. We ain't doing no gunmetal. It's brass. Or bronze. And then when I get all the models where I want them to be, they're going to be on like lava bases. That's why this guy is sitting on rocks. It's hard for me to remember what angle I have to use for the camera. There we go. Fire! So how are you guys doing out there today? Happy Monday. Howdy, folks. Yeah, howdy, Nate. You got sick. Oh, well, 'tis the season. That model looks as sick as I felt over the weekend. Sorry. You know, what's funny is this model in the Army was supposed to have wings, and I looked at it in the slicer and I saw the two different ones, and I was like, ooh, that one's got wing bumps and this one does not. You know, places to attach the wings. So, like, where'd they go? There. So, like, I printed the wings, but I got no hole to put them in. And so I'm like, okay, he'll just be on foot. I hear your furnace. How cold is it? Like 18 degrees. Painting Wolf Brothers with me tonight. Awesome. We want to get some thicker black. Get a little bit deeper in the thicker black on the armor because that is gonna be brass. You know, I might do a gunmetal over top of the black oven skin. At least it makes for storage easier. Yes, it does. Ooh, okay, I am out of black. I have not had a day in the last week where I have not been inside of a snowplow or shoveling snow or salting roads. It's been a pretty rough week. It was 24 and it felt like 13 degrees in Texas. Well, thank you, Chris Boy. Thank you. We'll definitely keep up the good work here. Please try to. I was definitely having mixed feelings on this paint job. I was, I'm in the trust the process mode, and there was a lot of no trust going on there. So I was like, I'm going to come home from work tonight. I'm going to reprime these. I'm just going to do gray. Prime them gray so I can do standard red. But then the more I looked at it, I was like, you know what? I can make this work. I've done more with less. Right, let's clear out this. Get ourselves a new plate. And then, just because I just bought them, I'm going to be using some of these Blanche ones. Where's that metallic he had here? There we go. This heavy metal. A really dark metallic color. Let's get a different palette for that. We'll do this over the skin. We'll see what happens here. This is cracking a new paint, doing it live. Oop, new thing. Seeing how this looks. This might completely devastate everything I'm going for, but we will see. Thank you. Oh yeah, there's going to be more colors involved. Yeah, we're on. Ooh, I like it. Once again, the camera is doing weird things to the color. It's kind of looking like a pencil graphite to me. It looks a lot more shiny on the camera. That gives it just a dark touch. Touch of dark metallic. I really like that. Oh, I'm squeaking. Okay. Oh, okay. Cool. Now I must find my brass. Where'd you go? Stand by while warbossfitz looks through his collection up here of everything that is. I got like 4 different armies worth of paint up here. I love how at one point I'm like, I'm going to organize stuff to where I'm only going to be using, only the colors that I'm using are going to be up there. Well, that lasted all of like 1 army. Okay, okay, I got washes and stuff too. I got a whole set of washes back there. Where'd you go? I know, this makes for great YouTube. Is that a black cap? Plate mail mill. Good evening. Good evening, Stephen. You're just in time to watch me grope through my paint collection trying to find my brass, wherever the hell I put it. No, why would you be back there? No. Seriously, what the hell is it? Oh, is that it? Yeah, there it is. All I gotta do is give up looking for it, and then boom, there it is. All right. No one will be seated. Yes, standing room only. Edge of your seats. Having a pain in the brass, yes. All right, now I want a smaller dry brush for this. Smaller chisel tip. That's a good one. Am I snowplow certified? Kind of. I haven't hit nobody, so no one asked any questions. Hey there, what brand of paint? Oh my god, I put it down. Where the hell did it even go? No. There it is. This is Vallejo. It's bronze. It's a metallic bronze. It looks really, really good when it goes on over black. Yeah, I'm not loyal to any one paint brand. Citadel used to have the best metallics back in the day, but a lot of people have stepped their metallic game up. American label has it. Yeah. It ran really smooth. Yeah. Yes, this is an excellent dry brushing metallic. As you can see here. Oh, I like it. Yep. Yeah, Reaper makes a good paint too. I haven't seen any Reaper stuff in a while. At least not at my local game store where I get my stuff. But I do remember back in the day buying their Triad packs. Those were really nice. Yeah, I mean, look at that brass. That brass is just looking sweet. Oh, I love it. Yeah. This is a Demon Talos. No, this is the Harbinger, the War Demon Ascended Harbinger. Good. I'm a pro acrylic boy. Their paints are just consistent enough for me to keep getting the results I'm aiming for. Okay. Yeah, I mean, no hate on you for that. I mean, everyone's got their thing. Everyone's got their thing. Okay. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm looking at it up here. Now... yeah, it's showing off way heavier metallic than it is holding this thing. Now what? I guess we could do some stippling. He says. I know that these guys, without the base is done, it's real jarring, just having all that yellow. Just take that out of there. Yeah, it's definitely looking fiery. Okay. Yeah. I remember painting my first models in tester paint. No, I used tester paint, and I also had some, like, big old pint-sized jugs that I got of acrylic paint from my art department in high school. thinking that those were going to last. Yeah, they didn't last. That paint just kind of fell off the model after a while. Okay, let's do black caps. Okay, there's some black caps back here. All right, let's do this. Let's do a little bit of plate mail metal detailing. A little stippling, a little cross hatching. Yeah, that's true. Once testers goes on, there ain't no getting it off. Camera over here, so I gotta get real freaking close to see what I'm doing here. Well, remember back in the day, everything used to be just white metal. So I could see that coming off. Yeah, you can still get the 90s Citadel paints. You just go to Coat to Arms, and I wanted to make like a throwback army and do all the bases just in goblin green and sand, like we used to back in the day. Thick. Sorry, we'll work that out. So, let's see. Some of the game stuff we're going to talk about today. Well, OPR came out with the Army Forge Labs today. It's interesting. If you're a Patreon member, pretty much what it is, it's like that will be, you know how we have the beta where everyone can play and give their opinions on stuff? Well, the Army Forge Labs is like the alpha for the next version. That's where Tano's going to be throwing in all of his crazy ideas. So you thought that the beta had a lot of changes to it. You'll get whiplash inside the Army Forge Labs. But I don't know, I like it, but I can't show it to you guys on YouTube because it's a Patreon only thing, so I probably won't be messing with it much. Because as it stands right now, I am my schedule of painting and playing and recording stuff is pretty much it's full. Oh, does he look scary? Rawr. I'm not gonna do the legs yet because I know I'll touch them, f it all up. Let's see. Then we got Total War 40K coming out. You guys ever play the Total War games? A little sad chaos, isn't it? Yeah. Well, remember when they did the Total War Warhammer Fantasy, Chaos was like a pre-order DLC, so I'm expecting some of the same here. Still nothing from tabletop. Yeah, nothing yet. Oh yeah, it's the DLC for 40K Total War is going to be it's just going to be insane. I'm not going to say I'm a Total War expert, but I do have every Total War game except for Pharaoh. Yeah, it's just out. Yeah, it's a $500 game. Was it all the DLC for Fantasy is like what, $600? And for that I stopped after the Chaos Storms. I was like, okay, I'm done. That's enough. Looking for your wallet, yeah. It's nearly it's as expensive as playing the actual GW games. it's one of those where I'm gonna give it time. I'm not gonna jump. I'm not gonna pre-order it. I'm not gonna jump in early on it. I'll give it like a year. Let them hammer out all the details because I remember when Rome 2 came out. That was a cluster F and a half. Especially because they're using their new engine now. It's like, well, I'll let you guys figure out the kinks on this before I jump in there. That and I saw they have the announcement for Dawn of War 4. It's going to be a crazy couple years for 40K in computer game land. They're definitely doing a full court press of trying to get their name out there in front of everybody. We don't talk about 3. Yeah, shame it's all primaries. Yeah, well, I mean, of course they're going to do the current stuff. Brr. Only zombie armies fight Total War. Okay. Shadow of the Horned Rat. Good God. I remember playing that. That was like, oh man, that was like, what was that, late 90s? That, God, I had that, and then I had Dark Omen. We should not speak of ages past. Yeah, that's definitely my genre of games, is real-time strategy and survival games. Makes us look old. Oh, what's making us look old is the gray hair. Mine's all grown up now because I'm too I'm too tired to care. And all the girls in the office were like, "Oh my God, look at your gray hair." I'm like, "Shut up." prices are too much. We're not getting enough new blood, and the prices are new. Yes, that's something I felt probably since the beginning of the pandemic when they raised their prices there. I was like, wow, this how much further could we go? Was here young blood? You got ways to catch up with me and Alan. Yeah. Yeah, I remember every time GW do a price hike, I'm like, man, how are new people getting into this? Because I mean, when I got into it, it'd be a little bit more than pocket change, but it still was relatively pocket change to get yourself a box of whatever. I remember when I switched over from Space Marines to Imperial Guard, I got all the infantry for my Katetchin army in one big lump for like $100. Nowadays, good lord. Back in my day, plastic wasn't invented yet. You know, sometimes I think about where I would be in life if I never just was told what 40K was. As an Aussie GW cost stuff more than rent. Yes, still caved and bought Darkwater. Yeah, I remember back when GW had the price. What was it? They started doing regional prices. I was mad about our prices, and then I saw the Australian prices. I had a blog back then. I don't know. I've been terminally online for forever, but I had a blog on there, and I just started railing against what they were doing to you guys in Australia. But of course, no one listened. No one cared. Mm-hmm. Yeah, during their last uptick, I had a video that I was queued up to do about GW price hikes over the last 10 years, just to show how much, compounding, just how much more compounding of the price there was. And we only jump at 2%. Well, if you jump at 2% every year, there's a lot. And I didn't get to it for a few days, and then all all the outrage kind of died down over it, or pretty much all the other content creators did theirs. And I don't know, I feel like I missed the boat, so I was just like, fine, I won't do it this time. But there's also, a part of me feels like, if you're complaining about the GW prices, but you're still paying the GW prices to get your minis, you kind of get what you deserve at that point. Like, we're just talking about, I'm an old man. I believe in personal responsibility. If you can't put down the credit card, yeah. I don't need such fine details. I can see the hog outline. Yeah, that's another man. Remember back in the day when everything had to be hand sculpted and then molded? Now they just do everything in CAD, so they can do stupid stuff like that. Before the stream, I always turn on YouTube just so I have it on when I get ready to hit the go button. And I was just watching Breakfast with Bando, where he talked about how the new Horse Heresy Terminator boxes are like cut all to hell. Like the shoulder pads are 4 pieces, and then the Terminator torso comes in like 6 pieces. I don't know how it happened, but back in the day at my game store, we had the Empire cannon, like the original Empire cannon that they sculpted at GWHQ. We had the 3-up for it, because what they would do is they would, sculpt it normal scale, and then they would sculpt it again, or they'd blow it up using some kind of machine to 3 times scale, and that was called the 3-up. And that's where they did like fine tuning to it, and then they shrunk it down again, or it wasn't the other way. They sculpted it at 3x, and then they shrunk it in the machine, or something like that. But either way, we ended up having the Empire Great Cannon 3-up at our game store. Just like sitting in this fortification that we had, somebody built, and it was like in the store display. Yeah, back then when GW actually named their sculptors, so you know who did what. When they were doing the CGI for the reboot of Star Trek, the artist got crap from the producers, made the boy monster a little too accurate. Okay, I think that's enough picking with that. Let's get in there with some... It's kind of the same shade there. Because that brass and the plate mail metal are on the same brightness scale. So let's do this. We're gonna do a little bit of a highlighting of the brass. Where'd it go? We're gonna take the brass, give it a drip, a couple drips, and then we're gonna take the Vallejo silver. This is real bright. We're gonna put a little bit of that in there, and we're gonna give her a mix. See what happens. Oh, that's real freaking silver. That real silvery. Well, let's see what she does. The beacons are lit. definitely pushing that color. Okay. Okay, there you go. The 3-up is used as the master when they carve the molds. I wasn't entirely sure how that worked. But yeah, like I said, somehow, some way, it ended up in our store in Florida. Somebody once told me the path. It went over to Baltimore to the GWHQ there, and then somebody there, they got like a new manager or something that just wanted to throw it out. So somebody grabbed it, and then it ended up all the way down in South Florida. Like I said, the camera is picking this up way brighter than it actually is. Rawr. Rawr. We shouldn't do non-metallic metal. It's a good way to go bald early. Yeah. Yeah, I tried that once, and... Ugh. I got some friends who play that got real deep into non-metallic metal, and I would just be like, guys, for real. Your models look good from one angle. I just don't have the patience for it. That's pretty much how my hobby can be summed up these last 5 years. I ain't got no damn patience. You know, I like my little sporadic highlights. Yeah, well, you know how the camera is. It's not going to focus on what I want it to focus on. I like it. All right. All right. There's our fiery metallic. I'll probably do a little bit of orange in there later on when I can get in there and really dive in. But like I said, ignore the base. Oh, he angry. Oh, I like it. Now I just got to do... I just stuck my arm right in that. Yeah, why is your elbow metal? But here is the rest of them that I have to work on. Ta-da! Hopefully done by Thursday. And, yeah. Okay, another thing, while I got everybody here, all like 7 of you, we are going to be taking a break during Christmas. So we're going to be taking 2 weeks off and coming back after the 1st because, you know, I got a kid. I can't just be like down here working away during Christmas time. You know, make it magical for him, yada yada. I have to play Santa Claus. And that, and plus all the plowing I've been doing. I am so behind on everything. I got like 5 videos recorded. I just need to edit up, and I haven't even opened my editing software in the last week. And that's crazy for me. So yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks with Fantasy Human Empire, where I'm gonna paint up the Greeks that I showed you guys last week. So yeah. Yeah. Might even be doing a live Friday night fight this week because we got somebody coming out. And yeah. So that'll do it for me tonight. Remember to go check out the sponsor down in the description. PrintedStarships.com for all of your starship needs in 3D printed starships. Use the code warbossfitz for 15% off. And you will see this guy hopefully leading an army of other pissed off war demons on Thursday. So, I hope you guys are having fun playing OPR wherever you are. We'll catch you later.